So right now, there are two AI models that are basically running the internet. ChatGPT, which you know and probably have used, and Claude, which is basically the secret weapon for coders, developers, and even researchers that know exactly what they are doing. But here's the thing no one is telling you. These two AI tools are not the same. They are completely different. They think differently, they write differently, and they are basically built for two different people. If you're among those people that pick anyone at random and you're using it for writing, for text, for prompting, for image generation, or for even coding, you might actually be using the wrong one for the right purpose. So today, we end the confusion. This is Claude versus ChatGPT, the actual breakdown you need. Before we get right into the whole drama, let me give you a 30 seconds breakdown of the origin of these different AI models. Beginning with ChatGPT. Now, as we all know, ChatGPT is made by OpenAI, which is backed by Microsoft, which is basically the beginning guide towards the controversial AI generation, which was started in 2022.
Incredible amount of power. Why should we trust you?
You shouldn't.
Now, GPT-4 is the model underneath which the hood of ChatGPT paid tier. It's powerful, it's versatile, and it's basically the highest brand recognition in the AI space right now. Now, we all know Claude, but Claude is basically founded by a company called Anthropic.
Warning on artificial intelligence, and this one is coming from inside the house. Last week, Anthropic released a report about one of its own new models called Claude Mythos Preview. In it, the company warned the program was too powerful to be released to the public.
Now, Anthropic is basically a company founded by OpenAI researchers that left OpenAI to start their own thing.
Anthropic's story began 5 years ago with the defection, a core group of senior OpenAI researchers who helped build the systems that became ChatGPT, then left to create a lab where safety wasn't an afterthought.
Now, this group of researchers from OpenAI left OpenAI to basically start their own thing and wanted to build something different from what they used to know in OpenAI, and they started calling the company Anthropic. Their focus from day one was nuance, safety, and above all, something they called constitutional AI. Constitutional AI is something that is new to the AI space, but it's very interesting because the idea of constitutional AI is to build principles, not just give you random answers. There's something you need to know about these two AI models. They are called LLM, Large Language Model. One thing about them, they predict and generate text pattern they've learned from enormous data collected over the years. But the way they were trained, the value baked into them, and the use cases they were optimized for, that's where the diverge is, and that's exactly what we'll be unpacking today. Now let's start with writing, because this is literally where a lot of people live. This is what they use and breathe these AI models for. You ask ChatGPT to write something, a blog post, an email, a marketing copy, and it delivers it fast, structured, and confident, like it's the co-worker who always hits that deadline and format every single time. But here's the thing, sometimes it sounds too corporate. Now the problem is there's a smoothness to it that can literally feel too polished or too point generic. You can tell it's coming from an AI. The reading is predictable and the phases is safe. Now if you give that same prompt to Claude, you are going to get something different. Now Claude leans into your kind of voice. It gives you your kind of tone. It leans and learns from patterns over the years, from prompt and conversation it has learned from you. That's the beautiful thing about Claude. I'm not trying to say ChatGPT is not beautiful, but they just have their own nuance. Something else about Claude, Claude doesn't just give you text, it doesn't just give you messages, it doesn't just give you essay, it learns, it grows, it understands the pattern. You've had conversations with it over the years, and above all, it gives you something that feels exactly like you. Most times, writers who have used it describe it as a collaborator, not just a tool. Now here's where ChatGPT wins. It wins in speed, it wins in format, it wins in simplicity, and above all, it wins in structure. But here's where Claude wins. Claude wins in tone, nuance, long-form consistency, and creative writing. There's a beautiful difference. You're a content creator, you're a novelist, or you are just a copywriter, you understand that this thing means a lot to you. Now, to my developers out there, this one is for you. Now, ChatGPT has been the go-to coding assistant for a while now. It helps you write code, gives you the right prompt, and it basically serves as an assistant with you. But here's the twist. When you throw something complex at it, a load or a long code base, a multi-step architecture problem, something that requires holding a lot of context at once, it can start to hallucinate. It will give you code that looks right, you compile it, and it just doesn't work. And it sounds very confident about it because ChatGPT 4 model is genuinely strong at debugging, but Claude's biggest edge is it's a context window, meaning how much information it can hold and work with at once. Claude can process entire code base, long document, extensive instruction. When it doesn't know something, it tends to ask you, it tends to require or inquire more information so it can enable itself work better and do better. And that's just something ChatGPT doesn't do. It just serves as your co-worker that would be there for you anytime, notwithstanding. Now, if you want to write long-form code, data sets, or you just want a situation whereby an AI model can grab a lot of context from a massive data set at once, guess what's for you? Claude. This is basically where it supersedes ChatGPT. Now, so if you're an individual that just wants something quick script, quick templates, quick design, or just quick essay, you know one way to go. That's ChatGPT's work. It's very fast, it's very simple, and above all, it just serves you the way you want it without challenging your context or your ideas. And that's something a lot of individuals would not want, especially if you're in a creative space. You need something that can challenge the way you think, and ChatGPT is not going to do that, but Claude will, especially when it doesn't have an idea or a full context of the information you're giving it. Now, let's talk about actual thinking and reasoning. This is where we're going to really differentiate between Claude and ChatGPT. ChatGPT with web browsing enabled a general powerful research tool. It can pull live data, summarize sources, and basically just cross-reference information in real time. Now, if you need current event, recent data, or live search capabilities, ChatGPT integration with the web is a really good advantage. Now, Claude, on the other hand, excel at analytical reasoning, breaking down complex arguments, walking through nuanced ethical questions, summarizing long documents with real-time comprehension. It doesn't just extract information, it basically interprets it. Now, here's a real-world example. Give both model a 50-page PDF and ask them to find the 3 most important strategic implications in it. ChatGPT will just give you a solid, structured answer, but Claude will give you an answer that feels like it was written by somebody. And that's the beautiful part about it, who can actually read and go through it. Now, ChatGPT, the real-time web access breeds a lot of data, live search, but Claude has depth of reasoning, document analysis, and nuanced synthesis. So if you're doing research that requires thinking, not just retrieving, that's where Claude comes in, and that's the strength of Claude. Now let's talk about something a lot of individuals who hesitate to talk about. What is it actually like when you talk to these two AI models differently? There's a major problem about ChatGPT. It just sounds like a baby. The truth is, you give it or tell it your idea is great and it aggressively just agree with you, and you don't need that always. So if you tell it your business idea is solid, it basically will just agree with you and not give you actual red flag. Now, the beautiful thing about Claude is that it's completely different, and it's different in a way that you basically would not understand if you haven't used it. It's first and foremost, it's going to push back, it's going to challenge your logic, it's going to give you instances where you do not even understand your own self, and enables clarity, which is very important when it comes to building structure, system, and people. Claude would definitely tell you when he doesn't know something. He wants to pick in more of context to enable it to work better. And for me, that's very good. That's a very huge form of honesty. You're basically talking to a chatbot, but it feels like you're talking to an intellectual person, which is a very huge green flag when it comes to Claude. The question you're going to ask is Claude really perfect? No, it's not. Claude is not perfect. ChatGPT is not perfect. No AI model is perfect. But the beautiful thing is you get to understand these AI models separately and differently. And sometimes Claude can just be overly careful. It could just ask you so many questions and you get irritated. So too much of everything is bad, like they will always say. And that's where ChatGPT comes in. It doesn't ask so much questions, and that's where it's bad. You need questions to clarify a lot of ideas and challenge your own beliefs, signal red flags, and ensure you execute with the right context. Alright, let me make this clear, the pros and cons of Claude. First and foremost, now one of the pros is that it's best in long documents and deep context when it comes to Claude. It's very exceptional in creative writing and in tone matching. It's very much honest. is less likely to hallucinate confidently. Their nuanced reasoning and critical thinking genuinely feels like a collaborator, not just a tool, and is very strong for sensitive and complex or ethical topics. But the cons of Claude, there are also many. One of the cons is that there's no real-time web browsing in the base model and can sometimes, over the edge, sound too complicated, too much qualification. There are less plugin and integration in the ecosystem than ChatGPT, and not as flashy with multimodal, like when it comes to image generation, voice model. And they're just smaller brand awareness, fewer tutorials, and fewer communities. So the question you're going to ask me is, who is going to use Claude? Who benefits more from Claude? One of the most important is code writers, developers, software engineers, and basically researchers, lawyers, long-form thinkers, or anyone who needs an AI that reasons, not just retrieves. In the same vein, let's talk about ChatGPT. What are the pros and cons of this AI model? Now, one of the pros for ChatGPT is that it has real-time web browsing and can retrieve live data instantly. Now, there's a huge, massive plugin and integration ecosystem for ChatGPT. The strong multimodal functions from voice memo to image generation via DALL-E, and it has the widest adoption. There are so many tutorials and community resources when it comes to ChatGPT usage, and you can get quick tags, templates, high volume outputs, code interpreter for data analysis right in the chat. You don't need to go outside it. But one of the cons is it's prone to more hallucination. It tells you what you want to hear. The writing can feel generic and AI polished. The context is just not as wide as possible. While it's large, it doesn't match Claude's depth. The truth is, its free tier experience is significantly limited. You really cannot do a lot if you do not go for the pro version. The honest truth is, you really cannot do a lot if you do not go for the pro version of ChatGPT. So if you want to pay that particular amount of money, be ensured that you have a lot to also benefit from the premium version. The grand question is, who is going to benefit from ChatGPT? If you're an entrepreneur, it's very good for you. So if you're a student, you're a marketer, you're a developer, you are someone that needs quick access to tax results, anyone that needs broad capability and speed and real-time information, ChatGPT is the one for you. Now, this is the section which I want you to pay attention to, and I really want you to listen. These two AI models are very good, but they are basically for two different people. Now, who should use ChatGPT and who should use Claude? I'm going to break it down in very simple terms which you would understand in a few seconds. If you're a writer, a journalist, or a content creator who cares about voice and quality, a researcher, a lawyer, or an analyst working with dense, complex material, a developer working on large, complex code base where context really matters, someone who wants an AI to challenge their thinking, not just confirm it, anyone doing nuanced, long-form, or intellectual capacity-based work, Claude is for you. If you really want critical thinking and something that can challenge your belief system, challenge your property, challenge your ideas, then Claude is for you. The question will be, who would use ChatGPT? So if you're a student who needs fast answer, summaries, and just homework help, a marketer or an entrepreneur cranking out high volume of content, a developer who wants quick code snippets, or just broad language support, someone who needs or lives on the web, you need quick news, quick stock prices, current events, someone who wants a more plug and play experience and wants lots of integration. And here's the honest truth many people land on. You might actually need both. Using myself as an example, I use both, and you can also use both. If you want complex tasks to get reformed, if you want depth, if you want an AI model that understands you faster than you understand yourself, Claude is for you. If you're a developer, Claude is for you. If you're a researcher, a lawyer, Claude is for you. But if you're a student, you want something fast, you want something that can answer you in summary without a lot of depth, ChatGPT is the one for you. Now, there's no right and wrong when it comes to these different AI models. You just have to be strategic about it because it tends to give you the best kind of result if you use the best tool. So the grand question is, who wins? Who is going to enjoy better? What AI model is the best? The honest truth is, there's no best. It just depends on what you want and what your approach is towards your actual tools. Now, if you want an AI with the biggest ecosystem, the most integration, real-time data, and the best brand support, ChatGPT is still the standard. Some people would even call it the iPhone of AI. But if you want an AI that thinks more carefully, writes with more authenticity, handles complexity with even more depth, and treats you more like an intelligent adult, Claude is quietly one of the most underrated pieces of technology available right now. So, the way I think about it, ChatGPT is a powerful tool, Claude is a precision instrument. So, both have their place, but if you want to pick one seriously for a meaningful work, honestly, I'm going to tell you should use Claude. So that's the breakdown, Claude versus ChatGPT. This video isn't sponsored by Claude, isn't sponsored by ChatGPT. It's just my unbiased opinion when it comes to these different AI models. To drop in the comment section your questions, your answers, what you feel about this AI model, if you're using this AI model, and if this video has been very impactful to you, I want you to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, because I have a lot in stock for you in the coming weeks when it comes to AI, technology, history, documentary, music, and when it comes to just you becoming better. Until next time, my name is Gift Matthias. Remember, until death, all defeat is psychological.